Here are some of the jars that we're going to fill. We may not fill all of these with what we have, but Grammy, before she, all of these jars are hers, and most of them are very old. So one of the things that she did before she brought them over was to make sure that they were all really, really clean and ready to go for the sake of canning. Yeah, and cleanliness. And the cleaner they are, the longer they stay, right?
Yes. These are your lids.
Your lids and your bands.
Okay. It is recommended, and I do recommend it because these are the new rims. Okay, there are old ones that you can use, which are the old rubber ones that go down, but these are the best ones. You soak them in scalding hot water just prior to your canning. That way it softens the rubber and it makes a tighter seal. Once you band it and you've taken it out, this little button here will pop for vegetables and stuff. And when you take the band off, when you take the band off, you can push this button down. If that button goes down, it means you don't have a solid
seal. Yeah.
Therefore, you need to eat it ASAP. Or you can start all over and take it off and redo your hot pack. Hot pack is different than canning with a pressure cooker. Low acidity vegetables like peas, carrots, corn, string beans, those are all low acidic vegetables, and you will put them in raw into your jars, and then you put them into the canner, which is a pressure cooker that pushes the water pressure out, and it seals your lid. Now you can add salt to each one of these for each one of your vegetables if you choose to, or sugar with your peas. And on top of that, they suggest to use it within a year, but because it's in glass, it should last at least a couple years. I have tomato sauce that I made in 1994 that's still good, and I made spaghetti with it. These caps here are from your mayonnaise jars, fit the top. So when you open your jar, if you have not used all the product in it, you can use this as opposed to using your bands. You want to keep your bands as clean as possible. You'll only use your lids once. Okay, so that's just a brief lesson. There is the home cooking book. I use this one mostly from the Ball Company. You can go online. This Ball book is really old.
That one's the 1959 version. Yeah,
right.
I found it on Google.
So it tells you about the rubber bands and stuff like that, but we don't do that anymore. We're not Little House on the Prairie. We're the Little House in the Metro Parks area. Anyway,
so we're gonna get back to it and get this stuff going here.
Packing. This comes as, now this is old, just like me, and it will hold 6 quarts at a time. You always want to make sure that you have this sitting up because you do not want your glass touching the bottom of the pan. Now, when you fill it up, you're going to fill it up halfway, and then you're going to put your quarts in there. As so, they divide so that when it's full, it'll stay down. Whoops. So then, now that you've got 6 of them in there with product, and it's going to raise the water just like you're getting in the bathtub, it gets fuller. Okay, so then you're going to take boiling hot water and you're going to pour it, disperse it in the middle, not directly onto your jars. You don't want them that way. Then you're going to bring this up to another boil for 20 minutes for your apples, or anything that you hot pack is going to be somewhere in the range between 20 and 30 minutes. If you're doing it on pressure cooking, then it's a 10-pound and maybe 20 minutes. Once you start hearing the little lever hissing at you. So, I can't really tell you any more than that. These little jars, we're going to try and make some applesauce today for the applesauce Junior King.
Yes.
So, as we were told, this is the vinegar and salt solution to keep your apples from turning dark. Even if they turn dark, nobody's going to notice it in an apple pie because it turns dark in an apple pie. And they'll be too busy munching on it to worry about if it's dark or clean. Okay, so this doesn't stay in here any longer than 20 minutes, and then you start putting them into your jar. And at this point, we're going to stop and we'll come again on to let you know what we're doing next.